Woman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the ranking member for yielding the time. Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to H.R. 7637. It's a Republican bill that is going to raise costs on hardworking American families, and it's very emblematic of what they call this unfortunate session of Congress, the do-nothing Congress, the least productive Congress in modern times. You know, like the dishwasher bill we debated before the refrigerator bill, Republicans seek to throw a wrench into the cost savings for American families, and in doing so, they're not siding with the people, with the folks we represent back home, but siding with corporate special interests, the big utility companies, the big oil companies, because they make more money when you spend more energy, when your refrigerator isn't as efficient, when your air conditioner isn't as efficient. And part of the focus of Democrats in the last Congress was putting money back into your pocket to provide new incentives for cost-saving, energy-efficient home upgrades to your home, more insulation for your home. And I used my time in the last debate for a public service announcement. If you go to energy.gov/save, there are a whole host of ways to put money back into your pockets at the time that you need it. We're about 2 years from passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, and I know a lot of folks said, well, what? Gosh, I'm still getting pinched by the affordability crisis. But that is the historic bill that passed by a Democratic-led Congress, signed by President Biden, that finally put a cap on insulin at $35 per month. It was the first time that we beat Big Pharma by directing Medicare to negotiate drug prices. Puts a $2,000 cap on out-of-pocket expenses for seniors who rely on prescription drugs. It also was the law that provided these important cost savings to American families for energy-efficient appliances. I know that big oil and the utility companies don't like it, and I know that the Republicans are closely aligned with them, but this is very important in this day and age where we've got to use cleaner, cheaper appliances, and we have to cut pollution. American families want these innovative, efficient appliances for one reason: they save money. And take the refrigerator. Compared to refrigerators of the 1970s, when the first efficiency standards were proposed, refrigerators today are cheaper. They're cheaper up front, and they do a better job of keeping our groceries cold. But critically, they use about 75% less energy, and they save American families hundreds of dollars a year on their electricity bills. This is all thanks to industry innovation that was spurred by direction to Congress to appliance manufacturers to do better over time. In fact, when the Department of Energy announced at the end of last year the updated standards for our refrigerators and freezers, they said the efficiency standards being adopted today have not been updated in over a decade. They align with the recommendations from a diverse set of stakeholders, including the manufacturers, the Manufacturer Trade Association, environmental groups, energy groups, consumer advocates, states. Compliance will be required by 2029 or 2030, depending on your make or model. DOE and the Biden administration, they have been laser focused in developing these strong energy efficiency standards to build on the historical success, capture even more cost savings for American families who need it right now. As has been discussed by Ranking Member Pallone, the Department of Energy works very closely with manufacturers. They develop a consensus during this rulemaking process. What is technically feasible and what can help save folks money. They actually estimate that these new standards will save Americans over $1 trillion on household energy bills over the next 30 years. And Americans deserve a Congress who is going to stand up for them and their cost savings and serve the people, not serve the bottom line of electricity companies and big oil and gas companies. And this is quite a contrast. I mean, they call it the Do-Nothing Congress. It started out in a session where they could not They decided the Speaker of the House should not continue to serve. There were shutdowns and showdowns here where they've doubled down on some very extremist policies. And this is such a stark contrast to when Democrats controlled the House of Representatives. We didn't squander time debating dishwashers and refrigerators. What did we do? We passed the historic PACT Act to make sure that veterans that were exposed to toxic burn pits, Agent Orange and other toxic substances would get the care and the benefits they earned. The historic PACT Act, passed by Democrats, signed by President Biden. We passed a historic infrastructure law that's repairing our roads and bridges, delivering clean and safe water to communities across the country, cleaning up pollution, expanded access to high-speed internet. 2 weeks ago, I was able to announce a $25 million grant for a neighborhood in the city of Tampa that has not gotten the investment it has deserved for decades, thanks to the infrastructure law. We're going to make ADA compliant sidewalks, make the streets.
2 minutes, Mr. Speaker.
I thank the ranking member for the additional time, because this neighborhood needs that investment. Have we debated any way to help neighborhoods in this Republican-led Congress? No, we haven't. Today, we're able to announce a $24 million grant for my local transit agency back in St. Petersburg and Pinellas County that's going to upgrade their buses and expand service and create workforce development initiatives to train people who are interested in these good-paying jobs. That Democratic-led Congress passed the Safer Communities Act in a country now where death by firearm is the leading cause of death for children age 0 to 18. We passed also that historic Inflation Reduction Act, that historic law that, yes, capped the price of insulin at $35 if you're on Medicare, and finally directed Medicare to negotiate drug prices, stood up to Big Pharma for a change. Estimated over 106,000 of my neighbors will save over $500 if they rely on the Affordable Care Act for their health insurance. That was also part of the Inflation Reduction Act. So I just wanted to call out the contrast. Refrigerators and dishwashers squandering time, wasting time, or people who are really here for the people, to fight for lower cost and to put money back into your families. And I think Mr. Goldman had it right when he said it's time for this House to get serious. Rather than refrigerator freedom, how about the freedom for women to make their own health care decisions? Rather than our bodies being controlled by politicians here in Washington, D.C. or back home. These are decisions that should be between a woman and her doctor and her family. So refrigerator freedom? How about we get back to working on reproductive freedom, lowering costs for families, working on safer communities, good-paying jobs, delivering for them rather than the special interests who have all too much influence here in Washington, D.C. Please vote no on this bill, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlewoman,